I really regret the way that I left. I really regret the things that I said. And I really regret the way that it made Kaitlyn feel. And I'm sorry.
Are you proposing right now?
No, I'm not. I'm getting down on my knees.
Well, the men let it all out and then some on last night's Men Tell All special on The Bachelorette. Here to break it all down from a dude's perspective, our People Now's own Bachelor dudes, Sam, Sammy, and Jesse. Good morning to you guys. And a special honorary Bachelor dudette this morning, People's Style and Beauty Director, Andrea Laventhal. Welcome, thanks for coming, and thanks for being willing to be called a dudette. We appreciate that. It really was a night to remember. I think Ian stole the show, getting down on the knee and kind of apologizing to all the guys. Was the apology enough?
Well, look. The moment he got down on the first knee, I was like, all right. And there we go, Ian. Like, that's enough. Get down, let's go. Keep it going. So for me, no, I was ready to be done with Ian. That was great.
Yeah, what did you think?
I was just like, dude, you're like, oh, God.
Too much.
He's so cringeworthy. Everything he does, you hate him.
Sammy, what did you think? But I want you to get down on your knees. Let's see if it's no, you get down right now. Let's see if it's as awkward here as it was there.
Am I proposing to you? Or?
Yeah, right, that's the question. Was it enough, Sammy? Tell us.
And please stop doing anything. We don't want to see it. I'm on my knees for this.
Oh, that's so good. Ian's criticism of Kaitlyn. Yeah, big round of applause.
Yeah, good
I think
job.
it's right. Thank you for that. Ian's criticism of Kaitlyn, part of an overall theme of Kaitlyn sort of breaking boundaries, sort of breaking the unwritten rules of the show. So here's the question. The cyberbullying, things that came out of that, Kaitlyn addressed it last night. We're going to talk about that in a second. Let's take a quick look at some of the cyberbullying comments.
This is, I believe, an email, a direct message you received. Kaitlyn is a selfish whore with no morals and a pathetic excuse for a human being. She should just crawl in a hole and die. I hope fans break her spirit so that our kids can see that whoring behavior isn't rewarded. I can't wait to see Kaitlyn cry like a little bitch. She's a dirty whore who treats people like
Wow, I think everyone's faces pretty much reads that. Andrea, were you shocked to hear some of that? It was a really heavy moment.
I didn't know my mother was so mean. I was like, God. You know,
even death threats there.
You know, I'm not surprised if you're on Twitter. I think you're pretty much like used to people being awful. People don't go on Twitter to be like super nice and positive.
Yeah.
But that was mean.
It was mean. And another thing, if you're on a show like this, you're kind of opening yourself up for a lot of criticism. We love you, Bachelor dudes. You know that. We are on your team, but even you have made some jokes about Kaitlyn with some of your tweeting that you did in the night.
Sure.
Sam, would you like to read your tweet?
Yeah, it said, this is when Kaitlyn said she'd never ridden a horse before, so I said, Kaitlyn has never ridden a horse, but she has ridden Nick twice.
All right. Now listen.
Bachelorette, hashtag LOL.
Okay, now look, Kaitlyn's a friend of the show. You guys all know her. After hearing Kaitlyn's sort of shocking speech last night, do you feel bad for that?
No, we don't feel bad for that one. That one, we were just dealing in facts, and we're also friends with Kaitlyn. It's all in good fun. She loves jokes. It was all a good time. Hashtag LOL.
The LOL, does the LOL disclaim it enough?
I think they get by with that.
Okay.
I think she has a good sense of humor. That wasn't mean. That wasn't
Well,
mean.
and on the scheme of things that we saw, that was pretty timid,
That was
actually.
very flattering, yes.
What's your response to Kaitlyn's haters out there, guys?
Guys, just stop it. Leave the poor girl alone. That's all I have to say, honestly.
Here's the other question. Do you think that Kaitlyn's actions this season, sleeping with Nick before the fantasy suite, things of that nature, will this change the show moving forward?
I don't think so. I think you're gonna have like a controversy every season.
Sure.
She like broke the unwritten rule of Bachelor by going before the fantasy suite. It's ridiculous. The whole thing's just silly.
What do you guys think? Change the show?
No, it doesn't change the show at all. I mean, I think that, no.
Here's the thing for me. I think it might change the show. Because here's my critical or cynical look. The seasons roll on. I think they need to spice it up some to kind of keep the ratings up. I wouldn't be surprised if more of this stuff kind of happens.
I hope someone does it the first night.
Well,
there you go.
Or at least talks about it.
Someone
They
should
might
sleep
have
with all of the contestants.
Yeah, let's have a one-nighter.
I think that's Paradise. That's coming up. That's the other show. All right, speaking of the show moving forward, Andrea, everyone loves your Bachelorette live tweet sessions. You sent out one last night that got us thinking. Why don't you read that one for us?
This was about Ben. I said if he had one Bachelorette limo departure, but something tells me Ben H is about to have 25 Bachelor limos arrive.
There you
Team
go.
Ben H.
Team Ben H. Well, you agree with our Bachelor dudes. We have all been sort of Team Ben. Even Kaitlyn said that she was kind of rooting for Ben H as the next Bachelor right here. What does a Ben H Bachelor season look like?
Very,
Anyone?
very
Up for grabs.
kind.
Yeah.
It seems to be
Yeah.
very, very kind. Dare I say a little bit plain, but very kind. A little bit
Lots
Chris
of
Solzy.
worries.
Chris Solzy.
A little Chris Solzy.
What'd you say?
Lots of worries about not being lovable. I think that'll come up a lot in this season. But you know, that's what
right.
you get with Ben
I see a
H.
lot of knitwear. A lot of
Oh,
really,
yes.
A lot of
really
sweaters.
knitwear.
A
He's
ton
known
of
for
sweaters.
sweaters.
Yeah.
I feel like we'll see like a lot of catalog moments.
A lot of catalog.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
sort of the quintessential catalog model.
I feel like
There's
every
something
time he
about that.
turns and smiles, you're like, oh, I want that on page 32.
We saw Ben H confront Kaitlyn last night with a very difficult question. Let's take a look.
I'm watching now and I see that you told Sean about Nick. What was the reasoning behind that? Did you know at that point just that, hey, I was the one that was going to be going home and that Sean was the one you want to invest in?
I think we all can agree, and while watching, that I felt guilt from that.
Good question. A question I think we all had. Should Kaitlyn have told Ben H she had sex with Nick since she told Sean? What do you think?
I don't think she should have, because then we would have had to hear about it even more on the show, and I think we talked enough about it.
Well, and the other thing being, for the sake of production, it sort of kind of became obvious, like, okay, she's not even interested in Ben H enough to tell him this, but she is interested in Sean enough.
Well, that's because, you know, Sean is really into trust, and apparently that implies that Ben H doesn't care.
That's right. That man
cool with it, it's
does
fine.
not care. Okay, with that, we look to next week's finale. I want some rapid fire predictions. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Who will cry the most?
Chris Harrison.
Nick's mom.
Chris Harrison, Nick's mom?
Sean.
Caitlyn.
Yeah, I said Kaitlyn as well. Will there be a proposal?
Yes.
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 Yes, but not accepted.
I say no as well. Okay, all right. Man's going low. Who will Kaitlyn choose?
Sean.
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 And Sean, all around the horn
Team
here.
Sean.
Finally, will it be the most dramatic rose ceremony ever?
Freaking better, baby.
It always is. Every time, it always is.
It's been promised. It better be the most dramatic. Only time will tell. You can catch the Bachelor Dudes Tuesdays on People Now, and be sure to check them out on Twitter. And a special thanks to People Style and Beauty Director Andrea Laventhal, our Bachelor Dudette. Thank you so much.
What's up, Kaitlyn?
We can't wait for the finale.